Icebound, a deal with the devil. The life of a thief Lita had been stealing since she was old enough to run. She never knew her father, and her mother cared more about the needle in her arm than the child crying in the next room. By the time Lita turned 12, she learned that the only way to survive was to take food, money, shelter. If she needed it, she stole it. The streets were merciless. She'd fought for scraps, bled for them. But she was fast, clever. She made it longer than most. By 16, she had graduated from shoplifting to muggings. By 18, she was hitting stores after hours, slipping through broken windows, snatching whatever she could carry. A life of crime wasn't glamorous. It was cold, desperate. Every day was a battle between survival and getting caught. Then, at 22, she made her last mistake. The robbery gone wrong. The gas station was supposed to be easy. Late night. No customers. A single old man behind the register. Lita had a gun, not to kill, just to scare. She'd wave it, take the cash, and be gone before the cops even got the call. She pulled the ski mask down and stepped inside. The old man barely looked up. Open the register, she ordered, pulling out the pistol. Now. The old man sighed, slow and tired, like he'd seen this before. Don't do this, kid. I said open it. Her hands trembled. She hadn't eaten in 2 days. Then the bell above the door chimed. Lita turned too late. A flash of movement, a deafening bang. Pain exploded in her ribs. Her gun clattered to the floor. She fell, vision blurring, the ceiling fading into darkness. Hell is cold, Lita gasped, awake. But she wasn't in a hospital. She wasn't anywhere human. The air burned with cold. The ground beneath her was black ice, smooth yet jagged like shattered glass. Frozen stalagmites shot from the ground, twisting into unnatural spirals. Above her, the sky was a churning void, black clouds shifting like something was alive within them. She shivered violently, hugging herself. She'd been cold before, winters spent sleeping in abandoned buildings, waking with her fingers numb. But this was something else. This was hell. Not fire, not brimstone. Just endless, merciless cold. Then, a voice, deep, smooth, ancient. Welcome, little thief. She turned. He stood before her, tall and sharp, wrapped in a black cloak that seemed to shift like shadows themselves. His skin was pale as bone, his eyes black pits with swirling embers deep inside. Satan. She knew it before he even spoke again. You don't belong in heaven, he said, a smile tugging at his lips. You barely belonged on earth. Lita clenched her fists. So what now? You gonna torture me? His chuckle was low, amused. No, I have something different in mind. He stepped closer, the ice cracking beneath his feet. Some souls escape their punishment. They slip through the cracks, back to the world of the living. His grin widened. I need someone to bring them back. Lita swallowed hard. And if I say no? Satan gestured to the frozen wasteland around them. You stay here. Forever. A gust of wind howled past, sharp as knives. Lita barely hesitated. What do I have to do? The deal. Satan's grin sharpened. You'll return to Earth. But not as yourself. Lita frowned. Then as what? He reached out, pressing a single cold finger to her forehead. Visions slammed into her mind. She saw herself in different bodies. A man with rough hands and a scarred face. A woman with piercing blue eyes. A child, no older than 10, carrying an unbearable darkness in their gaze. You'll wear the bodies I give you, Satan continued. Live their lives. And you will hunt. Images flickered, people running, hiding, screaming as she came for them. These souls belong to me, Satan murmured. They thought they could escape their fate. His voice darkened. Prove your loyalty. Drag them back. And when the time comes, the sky rumbled. I will take heaven itself. Lita exhaled, the cold burning in her chest. And my reward. Satan stepped closer, whispering, a seat beside my throne. Her heart pounded. Rule hell? For eternity? She had never believed in anything. No gods. No devils. And yet here she was. Her whole life, she had been nothing. But this was power. Lita met his burning gaze. I accept. Satan grinned. Good girl. Darkness swallowed her whole. Reborn in blood. She gasped, awake, and she wasn't in hell anymore. She was standing in a grimy motel bathroom, staring into a mirror. But the reflection wasn't hers. A man. Late 30s. Hardened face. Unfamiliar eyes. A new body. A new life. And in her pocket, a note written in elegant, Inky script. First target, Jackson Cole. Escaped 3 years ago. Bring him home. Lita smiled. Time to hunt.